The trip down to Chicago today to be here with us on the Racing Sim. Thank you, Josh. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I also love the Rita's fire suit. That's one of my personal favorites. Before we get into the racing, I want to give a quick shout out to Hagen. You see the great grooming products behind me, as well as the driver jersey. Make the switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today with Hagen. The safety razors allow you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of the one-blade razor helps prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. And the best part is the blades last as much as 3 to 5 shaves and cost as little as $1 a piece. This will save you thousands of dollars over the long run compared to the cost of traditional razors. The blades are ice-tempered stainless steel blades made in Germany that are sharp enough to give you the perfect shave. Check out your local Target or Walmart to get yourself a Hagen safety razor today. Are you ready to step up your shaving game? Get the smoothest, closest shave with our single blade and shave butter combo. Say goodbye to nicks and irritations and hello to a shave that's almost too smooth to handle. Get a shave so smooth it should come with a warning. Perfectly close, incredibly soft. This is how real men shave. If you're serious about your grooming game, hit that follow button on @Vanderhagen. That's VANDERHAGEN. Thank you, Vanderhagen. We appreciate your continued support. And Josh, one of your teammates actually drove the Vanderhagen car at this very track we're racing at. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, we had both Daniel Suarez and Kyle Weatherman in the Vanderhagen cars. Actually, one was in the Beard Guy's car, but raced against both of them here in the Xfinity race earlier this year. It's such a unique track. Actually, my wife and I just drove and walked it, and it's so crazy that it still blows my mind that we raced downtown Chicago, and now it's just a public street.
It's just another day in Chicago. It really is crazy. I was lucky to get in a car with Brad Keselowski a couple days before the race, and even then it was just fascinating to me that they're able to turn that into a track that you guys race on. And with that being said, this is a track that I really struggle to race on. In fact, Josh, this is probably the hardest on the entire iRacing platform that I've seen. And I was combing through your Wikipedia, and it said you were a driving instructor. Is that correct? Where does this narrative come from?
Yeah, so before I started racing professionally and making a living, making money driving race cars, racing, I was a driver coach and a driver instructor. So at tracks like Audubon Country Club in Joliet, Illinois, not far from here, Road America. Basically, whether you're a novice with 0 track experience or you're a veteran but you're still looking for a couple tenths, you would hire me to either teach you how to drive or how to shave tenths off your lap time. So it's something that I'm used to, and actually I still do it. I was just racing in Texas this past weekend in a Porsche with a sponsor of mine, but I coach him and I kind of guide him through the whole weekend too. So I still do it.
That's really incredible. So obviously active driver, you've driven on this course in a NASCAR Xfinity car, which is what we're going to drive in today. And hopefully I can be your latest customer, and you'll have to send me an invoice for the driving lesson. But that's really what I hope to take away from today. I'm terrible on this track, and in fact, to the point where I only like watching the races in real life, because when I try to recreate the racing, I just crash out. So we're going to see a Spider crash out on this stream here. We'll see what Josh can do here. I'm going to try to just do my best here, and we'll see how that goes.
All right, my recommendation, your first few laps, slow is fast here. This track is so bumpy, it's super easy to overdrive. Okay. And what happens when you overdrive?
You wreck.
You wreck.
You spin out and you wreck. And there's this track, I mean, you can speak from firsthand experience. It doesn't seem necessarily forgiving. I'm not sure the track is being shown on the stream right now, but if you look and see how narrow, it's literally just the street. So it's like really tight. If you mess up, you're going straight into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of road courses like Road America, my home track, has massive runoff areas. I lost brakes at Road America going down the front stretch at 170 miles per hour and barely nicked the wall. If that happens here, your car is done. Your weekend's done. You're pulling a backup car out. So, yeah, this track is very unforgiving.
I got to get to Road America. It looks like a beautiful road course in Wisconsin, obviously where Josh is from. How many laps would you say you've done total? Across all different kinds of cars. Like, give me a ballpark.
Road America?
Yeah.
Over 10,000.
Oh, my God.
I mean, a lot. I raced there this year. Unfortunately, NASCAR doesn't go there anymore.
I agree. I used to love watching that race. It's one of my favorites. And I don't know, if one thing comes from this stream, let it be our voice heard and say, Go back to Road America.
Yes,
Great track.
go back to Road America.
But for the time being, we're here in Chicago, and this track actually, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe you can fill in the blanks here, this track started as an idea on iRacing before it was ever a real thing. Is that real?
Yeah, you are. You're correct. And I think during the COVID era, when we streamed a lot of these races televised and they were live, we ran this track. You know, it was an idea that I think NASCAR came to iRacing with, and iRacing made the track. They laser scanned the area, and then we raced here on iRacing, but it was on television. I think I finished second. My teammate James Davison won the race. My other teammate finished third. So it was pretty cool. And iRacing, I love iRacing because all the cars are the same. That's not always the case in NASCAR. You know,
Yeah.
some teams are really small, don't have the budget. But yeah, this idea stemmed from the COVID era of sim racing.
Wow. All right, so I guess we'll just get right into it. We're here, like we said, here in Chicago. And honestly, this game, they did a great job with actually the surrounding city. You could tell me I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. It looks beautiful.
It's spot on, man. I go here in real life, and the buildings are in the same area. I mean, they do a phenomenal job.
Yeah. Have you spent a lot of time in Chicago?
I used to spend a lot more time. Since I've been racing in NASCAR, my time's a little bit limited, but I'm actually here this weekend on a family Christmas trip. So
Awesome.
It worked out. You know, I'm only an hour and a half away, but it worked out that we were already here this weekend.
Well, we appreciate you making the trip. Usually on this, I just start at the back, but I think I'm going to qualify here, and maybe we'll see just a baseline of
All right.
what we're working with. Also, is there two? It looks like there's two cars. Are your cars on the track as well in qualifying? I'm gonna just try to.
I guess
follow
so.
the
I was
leader.
gonna say, yeah. Let's do some lead follow. So
All right.
when I'm coaching in real life, I try to do something called lead follow. Basically, I'll lead and you follow. I'll slow my pace down so you can keep up with me. But also you can see the line, you can see my breaking point. And normally each lap, if we have a full day coaching session, which we don't have right now, we only have a couple minutes, I'll get faster and faster each session. But yeah, let's try to do 2 or 3 laps where you're just following me, kind of glued to my bumper.
All right, great.
And I've never ran the sim, so
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if I put it in the wall.
So you're still in first gear, right? You just geared up?
Yeah, I would recommend staying in second for some of this. Oh, boy.
Out of the wall, though. I didn't hit the wall.
So these cars are super hard here because these cars don't have ABS. And you're not on a track that has people driving on it all the time. I mean, this is, the surface that you get street cars that are leaking antifreeze and leaking oil. Now, this is the toughest corner right here because it's bumpy, super easy to overdrive.
Yep,
Oh,
like I just
no.
did. I Noah Gregson did. No offense, Noah. We love you.
All right, I'll wait up for you.
So this must be tough as a road course ringer like yourself, Josh. You must love races like the Chicago Street Race, right?
I love this. I mean, I think this is a great equalizer, meaning that some of the smaller teams can actually have a better opportunity when they come to races like this because it puts a little bit more of the racing in the driver's hands.
Right.
So I'm going to give you my first piece
no.
of coaching advice.
Yeah, please.
You're using too much brake pressure.
Okay.
And you're locking up the brakes.
So easy on the brakes.
A little bit easier on the brakes. And
I
that's
think
what makes this track so hard. There's not a lot of grip to begin with. And then you have a car that just doesn't these cars don't handle well. You know that. I mean,
Yeah.
there are cars in this game that have ABS and you can push the brake pedal as hard as you can.
Like that. I overbraked again. This is a nightmare.
All right, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. All right, I'm not too far up.
Okay. I mean, beautiful track.
All
The
right.
people of Chicago, I got damage on the front end. That's all right. Fuck it.
All right, my recommendation here, stay in second for a lot of these corners. It's going to reduce your wheel spin. All right, that's me right up there.
All right.
Let's brake. I'll try to do a little bit of coaching.
All right. I made it through that, Turner.
All right, remember, you want to brake early. Earlier than
So,
you
like,
think.
when are you on the brakes right now?
Yep. You got to go slower than you think.
All right. All right. I think that's 2 straight corners in a row.
See, we're already
onto
making
something.
progress. All right, I'll tell you when to brake.
And you're in
All right,
third right
break.
now? Down to second.
Oh, I see in my mirror. Oh, you still made it.
All right. That's just
It's all right.
a little rub.
Is damage on or off?
I think I don't know. probably on, whatever the normal setting is. I don't know if I touched anything. I almost spun right there, Josh.
Yep, up to third. Then really careful through this corner. This is a fast corner. This corner is hard in real life. I'm looking at the wall. I'm going to brake at the 3. Oh, no. I saw that.
Wait, which turn was I meant to be going? Oh, I was meant to be going to the right, huh?
Yeah. Damage is definitely on. You might need to do a reset here. Oh, no. I got crashed now, too. We're both going to have to reset.
That's all right. This is the reset button on this wheel if you need.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
That's what it's mapped to. All
Alrighty.
right.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, remember, this track, slow is fast.
Slow and steady.
Yep, let's try to keep up a gear, so where you think you should be in first, let's just roll second. These cars have a lot of power, so even if you're in a lower RPM, they have enough torque.
To get going.
Yep. All right, brake.
Brake. I saw that there's a truck team, FDNY Racing, that's looking for a driver
I saw that too.
at Lime Rock Park. What are your thoughts on teams like that are, always in the market for drivers? And have you had any experience with that yourself, as I wreck again?
I have. So I've driven for almost every single small team across at least the Xfinity Series. I have 100, 101, 102 Cup starts. A lot of those have been with Rick Ware Racing.
Yeah.
You're wearing a Spire suit right now. I drove for Spire in 22. But in the Xfinity Series, man, I've driven for so many small teams. So I know the game. I mean, there's a lot of small teams that need drivers with sponsorship support. I manage all my own sponsors. Without sponsors, you don't go race. So I would love to race Lime Rock, and that's obviously an option right there with that team. But also the logistics of that might be tough because I think Xfinity Series is at Atlanta that weekend.
Yeah. And what were you saying? You were telling me about how your career actually got started, the first ride you ever got. How did that come to be?
So it was 2016. At the time, I was racing in IMSA, which is a sports car series. I wasn't making a lot of money driving race cars. I was making a living coaching. And the NASCAR Xfinity Series came to Road America, and the week of the race, there was a team that didn't have a driver listed. So I sent that team, it was a Biker Racing, I sent them a Facebook message. And I said, hey, if you need a driver, I can probably round up some sponsorship dollars. I had a few local businessmen that supported my career. And I think that Thursday morning, they reached out to me and said, hey, we need a driver. If you can buy 4 sets of tires, you can drive. So I got the ride. So it literally just, I shot my shot. And,
and it happened.
210 NASCAR starts later, so that's pretty crazy.
That's an unbelievable story. And you hear stories about people, on this racing service that, like William Byron, for example, that just make it to the top level, and they come from iRacing. It's cool to hear, your stories as well.
I love it. I mean, I love the underdog story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much easier to root for a guy that's, does it all himself and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, this sport has so many, second-generation drivers and
let's be real, it has drivers that come from
immense wealth.
A dad that owns a business that pays for the racing. And
right.
Unfortunately, I don't have that. So my dad taught me very young. He said, I can take a career through the amateur ranks, but that's about it. So he taught me never be afraid to ask.
So I don't know how big this track is, but I'm just trying to get a benchmark.
I'm trying to lap you.
A benchmark lap time. You're definitely going to be able to. I'm not really using my rear view mirror much, and my hood's a little bit in my way because I hit the Gregson corner.
I like the steering wheel. I've never driven the Logitech, this new one yet. This is a good one.
The Logitech equipment they sent us is incredible. Shout out Denny Hamlin, actually. He sent us a bunch of this stuff, so it's been great to get some use of it out of it. And usually I'm racing with Chef Donnie, so it's good to have a real professional driver, someone that's done thousands and thousands of laps. Also the at Road America. I mean, that's, oh shit, where did I go down? I went on the freeway. Oh, those guys pitted.
They
Never
pitted.
mind.
You're still out there?
They confused me. Although I need a pit. This car's in bad shape. So, aside from Chicago, is there anywhere else that you think you would like to see them maybe test out on iRacing?
You know, honestly, markets that we aren't in right now. You know, there's a lot of markets that I feel you could go to. And, you know, I know the old school NASCAR crowd doesn't like the street circuits.
Yeah.
But I love it. You know, and I think the fans that are there love it too. You know, there's a place for tracks like this. So, honestly, I love the idea of rotating.
Yeah.
You know, every 3 years, go somewhere else. I'm not too far from
and
you.
Mexico City on the schedule next year.
I'm pumped for that.
You're excited for that? Do you think there's drivers that are like, fuck this, I'm not looking forward to it? I mean, maybe Kyle Busch, just given the circumstances. But I don't know. Like, and what was your take with Chicago? Were people super critical of this when it was first announced?
People were critical of this. You know, people were afraid of the city almost, you know, because you hear horror stories. I've spent enough time in Chicago before this NASCAR race was a thing to know that Chicago's a beautiful city. Just like every city, I saw that. Just like every city, you have your areas that maybe aren't as great, but you know where the race is held is a gorgeous area.
Yeah.
But the NASCAR, I was just about to smash into you.
Oh damn, my bad.
Yeah, I'll park it. You know, I'd say about half and half. You know, half the NASCAR industry was excited for this. Maybe the other half were like dreading it.
Skeptical.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it's been a great 2 years so far, and I'm excited to see obviously this year upcoming, and then how they build on it from there. But yeah, big contact there. That was like Noah Gragson in year one at Chicago.
That was pretty big. I think I'm about 5 seconds off what I would normally run.
Oh, slower on this?
Yeah, you know, it's hard to go to a sim that you're not used to. Now, I love this wheel. The wheel feels really good.
Yeah,
I had an old Logitech, I think a G25 or G27.
That's what I first started racing
and
on.
This is definitely a step up. It's hard because you're not familiar. It's like driving a new car.
I still have a feeling you're going to dust the field there with a 1:35 time. All right, so this is probably going to be ugly, but I'm going to – wait, did I not qualify? I guess I didn't even put a qualifying time down. I'm just going to hit ready to race and start at the end.
All right, so if I'm coaching you, I'm going to tell you to treat this like a super speedway race.
Wide open.
Lay low.
Oh, okay.
We have a bunch of AI on here. Let all of them crash.
Yep.
And dude, you're going to bring home a top 5.
All right. Listen, that's music
I've never
to my
raced
ears.
with AI. I've never raced with AI on here, so I don't know.
All right, so listen, first time for Spider at the Chicago Street Course. First time for Josh racing AI on a sim that is unfamiliar to him. We're going to just give this a shot and see how it goes.
Let's do it.
From the very city we're in. I'm going to hit ready to race and start at the end because I don't want to take another 2 minutes to qualify here. And then I think we can just advance the session here.
I'm good with that.
Chat, how's everyone doing? Appreciate everyone who's tuned in today. Happy Friday. Weekend plans, drop them in the comments. How about you, Josh? What does the rest of your weekend look like?
Well, as I said, my family, we're here for Christmas. It's my mom's birthday in a couple days, too. So
nice.
Every year we switch between downtown Chicago and Galena, Illinois. I raced last weekend in Texas at Coda.
Nice.
In a Porsche. So normally we go last weekend. I was busy last weekend, so we scheduled it for this weekend. So just hanging out in the city. We love the city, especially at Christmas time.
Yeah.
What about you?
I got a couple parties I'm probably going to go to. A couple of my boys are in town, so just go celebrate with them.
Nice.
And then that's really it, but just lay low, you know?
Well, I'll hit you up tonight when we're out.
Yeah, right? Maybe get some iRacing going. It must be so tough, though. Like, the NASCAR season is just so short, right? Or the off-season, rather. The season is so long, which results in a crazy short off-season.
It is, and, you know, I do a lot of racing outside of NASCAR, too, so I've had 55 races this year, and I think I counted through the entire season, I had like 3 or 4 weekends off. I love it. You know, on weekends like this, I'm like itching to get back in a race car. Like I crave it. Like I want to drive something every weekend if I'm able to. I'm racing the Chili Bowl, which will be cool. I just love being at the racetrack.
The Chili Bowl looks sick. So
Chili Bowl is sick. It's
break
hard.
that down for like, and we're like rookie NASCAR fans, Large and I. That's the whole idea behind Rubbin' Is Racing. Go subscribe. Is like we try to onboard new NASCAR fans. The Chili Bowl, granted, it's not NASCAR, but like that's indoor dirt racing. Help me understand what the Chili Bowl is.
Chili Bowl is arguably one of the biggest dirt races in the world. There's 300 plus racers. There's so many racers that the qualifying events for the race takes a week. So you start, you have a very short practice on Sunday. Then Monday through Friday, you have weeknight races. So basically, I only race once during the week. They're called preliminary nights. And it's like a qualifying procedure that sets you up for Saturday's main races. And, there's 20,000 fans that pack this indoor dirt track. I think it's an 8-mile track. It's a small track.
Yeah.
I just got hit under the pace laps.
Oh no.
But it's so badass. I had never raced dirt in my life until last year, 2023. I had a sponsor that told me, man, I want to buy you a Chili Bowl ride. I'm like, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
It's so unique, and it's a world I never knew existed. And if there's any race fans that like have never heard of it, you need to go to just chilibowl.com.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, there's so many NASCAR stars that race it, IndyCar drivers, guys from other countries coming. It's cool.
What would you say for you, the most prestigious trophy you're chasing after that's evaded you? Like if you could have any trophy in your trophy case. Is there a best one in NASCAR? Maybe is it like, obviously a season-long championship would be cool. I'm sure Daytona 500 championship.
Yeah, I would say, if it's not the season championship, all right, we're getting ready to go green here. I would say probably like the Daytona 500, which I've been fortunate enough to race in.
All right, we're green. I almost spun right off the rip.
All right, nice and smooth in turn one.
Yep, oh, shit.
Well, this is a good race between me and TJ Majors.
He's a spotter, correct?
He is a spotter.
Who does he spot for?
Last year it was Zane Smith. I don't know who it is this next year.
Wait, I made it through 2 turns so far, Josh. Your training might be...
Remember, smooth is fast here.
Yep.
Brake earlier than you think. Oh, I got pretty loose right there. This, where you're going right now, that's such a tough corner.
How about your least favorite track?
Least favorite track?
Oh
no.
Fuck. We're fine.
Yeah. I got to get you to turn damage off next time.
Yeah.
My least favorite track, man, I would probably say, like, I'm not going to say which one, but there's a few 1.5-mile tracks that we go to that they all feel the same.
Yeah.
I mean, they're different, don't get me wrong. The characteristics of some of the 1.5s. There are some that I really do enjoy, but there are some I question. I'm like, why did we go here twice? Like, they take Road America off the schedule, but we go to some of these generic tracks twice. That's what I would like to see changed.
Yeah, this is disappointing for the fans in Chicago. I tore it up early. How bad does it feel like if you get in a wreck early? Like,
so I ran both Xfinity and Cup here this year. We crashed out of the Xfinity race with probably halfway. There was just a big stack up. Myself, Parker Ritzloff, there were quite a few cars that were in this stack up. It took us out of the race. And I'm bummed. I'm bummed for the team. I'm bummed for my sponsors. They spend their money.
Right. And
you can't finish the race, and especially the road courses. I mean, this is how I feel. We can get top 10s for our small team. So when you crash out of a race, especially like this, it's so disappointing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really admirable that you get your own sponsorship. Like, how does that work? You're really, when you're not driving or training, you're just on the sim or on the phone, like trying to get sponsors?
Pretty much. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like a salesman more than a race car driver half the time until I get to the racetrack. Then I know my job. But yeah, as I said, I don't come from money, and somebody needs to pay. Not every single team is owned by a businessman who has deep pockets. DGM Racing, small family-ran team. I mean, when I say family, I mean it's literally Mario, team owner. He's also the crew chief. Michelle, she does operational stuff. That's his wife. And then the 2 daughters. I mean, it's a family-ran team, and that's how they make their living. So we rely on sponsors to go racing. And, you know, DGM has their own sponsors, but not for all 33 races. So I found out real early that I need sponsors if I want to make this a living. So I just taught myself how to market and put together race car renderings and oh boy, coming a little hot
You
here.
got it, Josh. I'll be your spotter. Just keep your foot in it.
All right, I want to get a 134 lap.
So the one thing I'm noticing watching you from afar while I'm not driving is you're using both feet simultaneously.
I am. I left foot brake. So in the real race car, I'm left foot braking. I never use my right foot to brake other than if I'm coming in the pits.
Why use it then as opposed to?
It's quicker. So I can literally be on the brake in a millisecond. Whereas if I'm using my right foot on the brake,
you have to lift
I have
it
to
up.
switch like that. Whereas this, you know, there's times where I'm actually still on both pedals. Like when I'm racing the dirt car, the dirt midget, which I'm going to race the Chili Bowl,
Yeah.
you're actually using both pedals at the same time.
That's fascinating. I'm so novice that I just I move my foot to the right side. You know what?
Now, if I need to use the clutch, like there's some cars that I drive that you have to use the clutch to shift. Then obviously I use my right foot. But I've driven so many different types of race cars. I can switch very quickly, mid-race sometimes if I have to.
How big of pussies are Donnie and I for using these sims set up without the clutch on and paddle shifters? And still
I wouldn't
driving
say you're
this bad.
pussies. I wouldn't say you're a pussy. It's definitely easier. When I'm on my sim at home, I have a gear selector, you know, right here. And
Yeah.
I actually just bought an e-brake too, which is badass for the dirt rally stuff. But whatever the car in real life, however that requires you to drive, that's how I drive it on the sim. So if I'm actually practicing for this race in an Xfinity car, I'll use the 4-speed gearbox. If I'm practicing for this race in the Cup car, the NASCAR Cup car, I'll use the sequential shifter, which is the same, you know, it's a lever, but to upshift, all you do is pull back. That's what we have in real life.
Is there one track on the schedule that requires like way more training than another? Because for me, it would definitely be this one.
It would be the road courses.
Yeah.
You know, I would say iRacing is a great tool for me to get in a rhythm of the racetrack. Like, you know I mentioned, I just raced at COTA this last weekend, and COTA is a 20-corner racetrack.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as challenging as this track. Like, this track is tough because there's bumps and just not a lot of grip. But COTA is a long track, so you got to get in a rhythm. And that's really how I use iRacing.
That track, Circuit of the Americas, looks incredible.
It's a beautiful track.
It looks so sweet, especially if you appreciate road racing. And I do appreciate road racing. The problem is I appreciate watching it.
It's hard.
It's
it is
very
different.
hard doing it.
So my background being road racing, I, for a long time, struggled way more on the ovals. Like in real life, I thought the ovals were harder, which most people don't understand.
That turn fucks me up every time because I don't know if I'm meant to go left or right.
You got to go right. Do you want to do a different track? Is there a track you feel comfortable at?
Well, that's the thing. So you were saying your upbringing is like all road courses.
Yeah, like this
Mine-
is natural to me.
Mine would probably be ovals.
All right, I'm going to wreck TJ here. Well, do you want to do an oval? What's your favorite oval?
You know what I like doing? I like Michigan a lot. You like Michigan?
I like Michigan.
All right, let's try Michigan.
Should we do Michigan?
We're going to take this party to Michigan. And I'm thinking Xfinity cars at Michigan. I'll turn damage off. How's that? Although I don't think it will matter as much at an oval. I can hold my own at an oval, Josh. I'm not as bad as I just appeared, I promise.
So in real life, for me, the ovals are just more challenging because you're always right on the edge of the tire. You know, if you step over that edge, what the tire can handle, obviously you're going backwards. And
If you hit the apron on the inside, you mean?
no, I'm actually talking about like the tire and like the grip level of the tire. Like if you just drive in a little bit too deep on an oval, you know, the tire break free, you know, you're spinning out. If you're spinning out at Michigan, you know, in the Cup car last year, I was at 207 miles per hour, 208 miles per hour. And you're going into turn one at 210 miles per hour, and you're just driving a little bit too deep, and the grip goes away because you're going too fast. Then obviously you're spinning out, you're going backwards in the wall. That happened to Kyle Busch last year. He was in the Quick Trip car. I remember that because Quick Trip's a brand, Wisconsin brand.
How do I turn off damage? Do you know?
I don't know.
Honestly, like I said, I don't think it will matter as much on the given that we're at oval.
Yeah.
I can hold my own.
And I'm going to have to update.
Oh, yeah?
Which is all right.
Okay. All right, well, this will take a second to load anyway. While it does that, I'm just going to give another brief shout-out to our friends at Hagen. Make the switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today with the Hagen. If I can reach it, the Hagen safety razor, which allows you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of one-blade razors helps prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. The best part, it comes with 3 blades, and they last anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves and cost as little as $1 a piece. This is going to save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to the traditional cartridge blade razor. Check out Hagen on all socials. And check them out at your Target and Walmart. Great, great products. Josh, when's the last time you were clean shaven?
Last week.
Yeah?
Last week.
Okay.
Yeah, I dropped the ball. I'm sorry. I probably should have been clean shaven.
No. I'm not clean shaven at all.
I know. I see you're not, but one of us maybe should have. Probably should have been me.
You're fine. Don't worry. That's the beauty of Barstool and doing this is there's really no dress code. If I wanted to wear a fire suit every day, I absolutely would.
You should. You should come to work with a fire suit.
You never know when you're going to need one. All right, so we're going to Michigan. Oh, wait. Fuck. I don't know how difficult I made these drivers.
I guess we'll find out, right?
I think we're going to find out. You're probably going to dust the field, though. I think what's going to happen is we're going to start you at the back this time, Josh.
I'm fine with that. How about no practice either?
No practice, just straight into. I like that.
That's fun.
The AI racing on iRacing is so fun, at least for me. Because
I've never done it.
I mean, you probably have a bunch of like racing buddies and a community of people always online. But really, if Chef Donnie's not around, I'm just racing against robots because I don't know. It's a nice, convenient way to just set up a race, test some stuff out.
Now, do you have a sim rig at home?
It's not set up at the moment.
It's not.
No.
You gotta get
it takes up a lot of space, and I
know.
I only live in a studio apartment. I try to live below my means. One day I'll have a room dedicated to simulating.
Yeah.
Because actually, I'm trying to get a flight sim over there too.
A flight sim.
PFT, who works here, he's one of our best content creators. He's obsessed with flight sim.
That'd be pretty cool.
So I've been trying to work some magic and get a flying simulator.
You want to go right to the race?
Yeah, let's go right into it. So let's advance past practice. I think this next one's going to be the race, right?
Qualifying, probably.
Okay, qualifying. I'm going to hit ready to race, and then we'll advance to the next session. And we'll see.
Now, you might start last, too.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're good, sir. All right.
Although I will say, Donnie and I, who I usually stream with, have done this before, and we typically are in trucks. But we're going to – oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that.
Have you driven an Xfinity car here?
No.
A lot. So the trucks are a little bit easier because they have more downforce. So this car, you're going to have to lift.
Okay.
Throttle more.
It's not wide open.
You can't go wide open.
Okay.
No.
Good to know.
Yes.
Good to know.
If I remember, maybe a little bit of brake too.
Okay.
We ran the Xfinity race here this year, but we ran a restrictor plate, which brought the horsepower way down. So, I mean, last year we were 190, 200 miles per hour. This year, I don't think we ever got past 180.
What did I do? Do I hit next?
No. Can you?
I think so.
Yeah, see if you can, because otherwise, yeah, there we go.
So like Bill Elliott, I believe he has the fastest speed ever set in a NASCAR, at like 220 something, 212. I don't know.
Yeah, at Talladega.
Yeah.
That's
Either way, my question is that will never be broken, right?
I don't think so. No. Unfortunately, we seem to be going in a route where they just keep taking horsepower away.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, all the drivers want more horsepower, especially with this new car. Man, we want horsepower. Oh, I'm still first.
Yeah, I'm still first. You know what? I'm going to send us to the back.
You can give us the EOL.
Move to end of line. Move to end of line. I'm just going to pull. So in real life, when this happens, what do you do? Like, we just pull over here and let the field drive by us.
So in real life, if I qualify first and then I have to start in the last, you'll still follow the pace car out. and then right before you get to green flag, you drop at the back.
Oh,
so like
damn.
on the back straightaway out of turn 2. See, the
Like-
problem is right now I think everyone's waiting for us.
Yeah, these stupid AI bots. All right,
Yeah.
wait.
Oh, did you?
I think we'll be fine here. I'm just gonna reset it. But
Okay.
I don't know. So you're all right. So let's try what they do in real life. I'm gonna give us end of line penalties. Move to end of line. Move to end of line. All right. So we're gonna follow the pace car like we're first and second qualifiers.
Are these Logitech pedals too?
Yeah.
They're pretty nice. I like the brake.
Yeah. The Logitech really hooked us up.
That's cool.
SimSeats sent us these chassis to put everything together, but the Logitech peripherals are the heart of the system. Also, you're allowed to speed on pit road when you're following the pace car like that?
Yes, right now we are.
Oh, I see. So they're all coming by us now.
Yep.
This is how Donnie and I should start doing it. But how about speaking of like chef and food, is there a food like what's your go-to pre-race meal? You can't eat anything too crazy, right?
Yeah, I try not to. Obviously, I gotta watch what I eat. I don't want to be. I don't want to have diarrhea in the race car. Honestly, my go-to is Jimmy John's. Like Jimmy John's are just plain chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but a lot of teams at the racetrack hire caterers.
Yeah.
And there's a caterer that we use that has the same kind of chicken, and every single race I kind of get the same thing. Just I know it's not gonna upset my stomach.
Right. Something safe. Yeah, if
Yeah.
I were you, I thought you were going to say like turkey, like when you said Jimmy John's.
I'd
but
eat
yeah,
turkey too.
chicken, turkey, just something basic and simple like that.
Do you want to pass me?
Am I meant to pass you?
No, you don't have to. But do you want me to actually start dead last? good with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Actually, I got to be in the inside line.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, it says inside line, let the 99 by. Have you ever gotten wrecked under,
Caution?
yeah. Well, like before the race even started?
No, I don't think so.
That would be crazy, right? Like if
All right.
someone were to do that, they wouldn't have a spot in the field.
Probably not. You'd probably get in trouble.
Yeah.
You want me to wait for you?
No, go.
No? Go? All right.
Yeah.
It's a
I'll
little
be fine.
loose.
I'm just trying to heat up the tires, then I'll really start sending it once I have a feel for this.
All right.
But on the back
Yeah,
stretch,
it's a little loose. The first couple laps, I think the tires are still
wide
little
open on the
cold.
back stretch. Yeah, don't wait on me. Go crazy. Give the people a show. Also, this is, at least when I'm in the trucks at Michigan, my whole move is I just sit back and I stay on the inside.
on the what side?
On the inside, like hugging this white line. Is that smart?
Oh, look at this dude. He just put me in the wall.
Oh, no.
It can be smart, but at a track like this, you want to keep your speed up and you want to keep wound up.
So use the whole entirety of the track.
yeah.
Also, these the AIs, they have like real names.
I see that.
So like Dale Jr.'s in there.
The first time I ever saw AI, it was a practice session. And I thought that I was with Christopher Bell, and I thought I was with Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm like, what? I'm like, am I part of like some secret iRacing club? And then I realized the robot next to their name.
Yeah, I'm telling my friends that was the real Dale Jr. though if I beat him.
Yeah, oh, I would. You gotta take a picture of that shit and everything.
I think I only have one win on iRacing ever, and it was at a plate track when half the field wrecked and disconnected, and then I just kept her clean. Instructor Josh would have been proud of that effort.
I would have been very proud. Hey, I've driven for small teams in real life where we literally just hang out at the back.
A lot of drivers I feel like don't have iRacing simulators. I'm not going to name names, but I reached out to a couple buddies I have that are drivers, and they both told me that they didn't have iRacing rigs. Like, if that's the case, how do you even practice? Because I know practice is so limited nowadays, too, ever since COVID. Didn't they change the rules?
Yeah, I mean, we have less practice than we used to. I would say almost every driver, especially top tier drivers, get simulator time with the manufacturers. So imagine this simulator times
100.
100. I mean, these are motion rigs that, I mean, each manufacturer has their own software, and they are so accurate. Like this definitely helps, and this is accurate, but those simulators are another level.
Yeah.
Now the problem is not everybody can go on the sim whenever they want. You have to schedule time. They only open up the sim to certain teams and certain drivers. But I would imagine most of the top tier drivers go on the sim, the manufacturer sim, but they might stay off iRacing. Some drivers actually struggle going from iRacing to the manufacturer sims because they are a little bit different. All right, where are you at?
I'm screwed, man. I'm
You're out of the
dead
draft?
last. Yeah, I'm out of the draft for sure. Should I throw a yellow or something?
If you want, it's up to you.
How you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good,
All right.
but you can do whatever you want.
All right. Maybe I'll throw a yellow and just get the field back connected. Yellow flag is out. There was debris on the back
Debris?
street.
Yeah.
Yep. Josh confirmed he saw it as
I
well.
saw it. Actually, I threw it out. Threw a water bottle out. I made it up to 8th.
Does that like actually happen, where people sabotage the?
I feel like it's so hard now, especially in the Cup Series. Every car has an onboard camera now.
Yeah.
In the Xfinity Series, maybe. But man, it's hard. Like if NASCAR were to find out that I threw something that caused a caution, I'd probably get in trouble. So I don't want to pay a $10,000 fine.
Right.
You know, and I mean, for a small driver like me, like that's a lot of freaking money.
So when actually, that's a good question. When these teams get fines and whatnot, I guess it all depends on what actually happened. But it's the team paying the fine, obviously.
No, I think it depends on the situation. Like, if the crew chief, you know, if you fail tech 3 or 4 times, or if the car has an illegal part on it and you get fined, that would be the team's responsibility. Probably the team, not the crew chief. Now, if the driver does something stupid, like if I wreck you under caution intentionally and I get fined, that's probably going to fall on me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've seen $50,000 fines, which is it's a lot of money.
Right. Yeah, I'm not prepared to pay a $50,000 fine.
Hell no.
Every time I wreck someone on iRacing.
Well, do you want me to like wreck the field so you can catch up?
No.
I'm sitting pretty good. I feel like I can win this thing.
No, I want you to win. I'm gonna
You want
be
me to
able
win?
I'm gonna be able to make a pass on this.
All
one.
right. Can you right click and go 1 to green? Do you know how to do that?
Uh,
I don't really know.
advanced session.
No, I think that ends it.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't host enough of these to know. That's all good.
Yeah, usually we have my guy Travis Moonhead Brown in the lobby. He's preparing for 24 hours.
Moonhead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's preparing for 24 hours of Moon Car. So
When is that?
I think that's tomorrow or tonight.
I think it starts tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out Travis. We love you. We miss you. We wish you the best with your stream. And yeah, but he's a wizard on iRacing. I
know.
really got into iRacing over COVID, and I got paired up with Travis, and he does some great content on there.
He does. I mean, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah. Have you ever joined the Moon Car race?
I've done like one of them during COVID. It's just tough. Like this weekend, I would have done the 24-hour, but I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, and I snowmobile too. It's like next weekend I'm gone, so I won't be on the sim. I try to stay busy, but like if I'm home and there's a sim race going on, I'll be on.
Oh shit! I almost blew the engine. I downshifted.
Uh-oh.
I'll be fine.
All right, we got one more lap here.
How about something like that? Have you ever just like had a brain fart and like blown the engine by downshifting or something like that? Don't admit it.
No, I haven't. I've been told by teams to be later on my downshifts because obviously, like going into a corner on a road course, if you downshift really early from 4th to 3rd, you spike the RPMs, which can help slow the car down.
Right.
So like in a qualifying lap, like I will bang the shit out of that, but the problem is it hurts the motor. So I've had teams telling me, hey, man, like, you know, we've seen the RPM spike up to 9,500 RPM. Like, you got to watch your downshifts. And I've been a lot better at it, but I don't think I've ever made a mistake that has blown up a motor.
Yeah. And that would be, I mean.
All right, so I'm going to let you coach me a little bit. Should I go to the outside here? You think I should just roll around the outside once we go to green?
Yeah, I want you to send it full fucking throttle.
All right.
I want you to drive it like I would drive the trucks at this track.
All right.
Because you can deal with it being a little, like, you've got so much experience. If you start getting loose, you know what to do. Whereas if I get loose, I'll just spin it and wreck the field. So I want to see you challenged.
All right. Dude, you got a good setup here. My FPS frames per rate is
Yeah.
down like 50 to 70. Like, it
Well,
just
those
varies.
are some powerful ass computers.
All right.
Actually, I got one and Barstool got one. They didn't want to foot the bill for both of them, so you got to invest in yourself.
All right, here we go. Green. Caught me sleeping on that one, actually.
Oh yeah, I'm in a good spot now, Josh. You're cooked.
Oh, everyone goes up top.
Now my tires are probably going to be cooked, but I'm in the draft now too. I need to start working on the 2-foot driving.
Yeah, I use a little bit of brake here. Not much.
I didn't use any that time by. Let's get some more spots here, though. I just dive bomb them low and then just fucking run them up the track.
That's what I just did. The cars
Probably
are
really
loose.
really unethical. They probably wouldn't like that, but in real life, thank God they're just robots, you know? Oh, Josh is up to 4th. I see him on my black box.
I'm actually up to 2nd.
Oh, nice.
Whoever's in 1st, Aussie Hill, he's fast, dude. I'm loose.
Aussie
right.
Greg Hill.
Do you know who that is?
I think Greg Hill is an employee of iRacing.
I think it is too.
I don't think he's Australian, though. So that must just be the Australian variant. That was my fastest lap of the session. Oh, yeah, Josh. Let's go. So
right.
are there dates or tracks that you have circled for next year that you're most looking forward to getting back to, or you feel as though are good opportunities for yourself?
Daytona's always one. I mean,
Yeah.
the first race of the year is always big. Start the year at Daytona. There's a chance I might run the 500 again this next year, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's looking like I'll return to DGM racing again too. So
Awesome.
starting the year at Daytona in the Xfinity Series is big for me. Chicago, obviously, I just passed for first. Chicago's cool. I love coming to Chicago. All the road courses. Mexico, with
Mexico's
that track being a Formula One track, and I've never been to a race outside of the country. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, same. I'm looking forward to going to that one. We'll be in attendance for that one as well. So I'll be pulling for you.
Hell yeah.
And we'll have to get some cervezas or something after the race.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, man, the whole season, I'm excited. There's not really a race I don't look forward to.
So Power Rank, Road America, Circuit of the Americas, Chicago Street Course, and Lime Rock Park.
Yeah, I hope I can make Lime Rock work. It's the same date as Atlanta.
Oh yeah, you said that. I'm sorry, but in terms of tracks that you feel are best for you, I just fucking got hit.
Oh no,
I'm fine. I saved it.
best for me, definitely the road courses. I'd say Chicago.
Yeah.
Coda being one of them. All the road courses. I think I'm a pretty good super speedway racer. I'm coming to the white flag. So Daytona, Talladega, those are always pretty high on my list too. Especially DGM Racing, they gave me really good cars, especially last year, Daytona, Talladega. Just unfortunately, we always get, you know how it is, you always get caught up in some shit. And I don't think we've finished a Daytona Daytona or Talladega race in the last 3 years. We finished Talladega last year, 16th, but we crossed the line. I think we were like 3rd or 4th, taking the white flag. And then we just got freight trained.
And we just got a win here, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Hold on to it.
I was pretty loose, but I got it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm real loose. So would you say it's accurate in the sense like tires will feel similar on this as they do in real life?
Yeah, what's tough here is, like on the sim right now, everyone's running the 3rd and 4th lane. Like they're running really close to the wall. Whereas in real life, you're not running up there because there's no grip. So the track and the grip level on the tracks change. The way the tires wear, like I like it how they wear. Obviously, it's hard to perfect and get it as close to real life as you can, but there's some tracks where, like, my lap time will be within a half a second as it will in real life, which I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's insane. It definitely feels very realistic. And anytime I do well on this app, I tell myself it's super realistic. But yeah.
Well, we got to get you behind the wheel of a real race car.
That's right. I'm going for that truck ride. FDNY Racing, if you're listening, you saw what I could do today at the Chicago Street Race. I'm your guy. I'm wide open.
Hey, Lime Rock's on here. We can always, another time we can always just run Lime Rock.
That will have to be our second training session. But
yes.
I really appreciate the time today. Congratulations on your win. Dominant win for Josh Bilicki here at Michigan in the Xfinity cars. Maybe foreshadowing. Are we going to see this year? How do you feel about Michigan?
I love Michigan. They in the Xfinity series they killed our horsepower, so we're going a lot slower than this. It feels like we're just going slow, and it ends up being a race to where the big teams that have the big horsepower and the high downforce, they drive away from us being a small team. But I hope we don't have that same horsepower package as we did last year.
Yeah.
I love Michigan. It's fun.
Michigan was a fun time. Sneaky, one of the biggest parties that we've been to, too. I didn't know what I was prepared for, and then we were quickly surprised. But I want to give a shout-out to Vander Hagen again. We appreciate Ryan and Pat in the chat, as well as Josh, who came and joined us. Thank you so much to everyone who watched, and we appreciate everyone. We hope everyone has a nice weekend as we head into the holidays. Before I let you go, I want to give one more shout-out to Vander Hagen at Vander Hagen Official. Make the switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today. Vander Hagen's got the #1 safety razor for the perfect, sharp, smooth, nick-free, irritation-free shave. They've got some other great products to go along with it, including the shave butter. And the safety razor really is #1. It screws and opens up. You put the blade in there. You feel very elegant, like an old-school kind of shave. And it's #1 product in my bathroom for good reason. Thank you, Vander Hagen. We appreciate your continued support. Thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate you. First driver we've had on the stream. So, Josh, thank you very much. You're welcome back anytime.
That's cool.
Yep.
Let's do it more often.
And W's in the chat for Josh. Thumbs up the video. We appreciate everyone who tuned in. Have a very good weekend, everyone. We'll see you very soon.